be not, we shall be all.
Yeah.
You know, and it goes on. Yes. And it goes on and on and on.
Just like
and
you.
it never stops.
The running dogs of fascism and imperialism run away to lick the spittle of international capital when he walks into the room. The revisionist Social Democrats hide in the corner when he reads from Lenin's What Is to Be Done. Yes, it's the voice of the Canadian left and disbarred lawyer, Harry Kopyto. How are you, Harry?
Not bad at all. Despite the fact that the NDP ended up being led by Liberal and the Labour candidates ended up getting shunted to the side.
I know.
I'm still a loyal supporter of the NDP and the idea that the Labour movement needs independent political action.
Well, straight into it, I mean, Mulcair is a social fascist. That's what they used to call him in the 30s. He's a tool of capitalism, Harry. How come your party elected him?
That's the Stalinist who said that. He's actually Tony Blair. That's what he is.
Is he?
He's a pretender.
He's a right-wing Zionist friend of international capital, and he leads your party now, Harry.
And those are his good qualities. He's an agent,
what have you been eating, Harry?
A lieutenant of the bourgeoisie in the camp of the working class. But I'm telling you, you know, like the last thing the NDP needs is somebody to blur what makes it distinct even more, so it ends up just being another twin Liberal party. Think about it. The Liberal Party is led by a former NDP leader, and the NDP is led by a former Liberal Party cabinet minister who voted against the Labour movement in Quebec, who went along with every retrograde social policy, except on environment, that the Quebec Liberal government instituted for a period of 6 years.
And Mulcair also approached the Tories and considered at one point joining the Conservatives.
Well, that's what they say, and he denies it, but I'll tell you, I wouldn't put it above him. He's an ambitious man. He's
Why do you keep putting your hand in your pocket? You're counting your money?
I have brass knuckles to defend myself in case you come on too strong to me.
Right. Well,
you know, because you're not known for being gentle with me. I must tell you that. But I'm not known for being gentle with you either.
I'm always gentle.
In fact, there's a part of me that would love to put their fingers and hands around your neck and choke the
neck. I wonder what you're going to say for a moment. Thank goodness it was just neck.
I want to choke the bourgeois ideology out of your mind because, you know, Michael...
Do you mind if I ask, have you just had lunch? Or dinner?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
No, but I'm detecting a little bit of...
a high sugar level, energy.
No, it was more the... Anyway, you've lost some weight, Harry.
I've lost 30 pounds so that I can battle the bourgeoisie and be in trim form and shape to take them on.
Okay, now, is that the fault of capitalism? Are they working you so hard that the weight just falls off you?
You know what? No, I have control over my body and over my mind, and I'm de-bourgeoisifying my thinking, and part of that is not overeating.
You control your own body. What are you talking about here? Self-abuse? What are you talking about?
No, I'm just talking about just losing a little weight.
Oh, okay.
I want to live forever so I can fight the bourgeoisie
Immortal.
forever.
You've embraced religion.
Immortal, not in the religious sense. Immortal in the sense that I'm part of an ongoing, endless struggle that started with Spartacus and went to Robespierre and went to Lenin, to Trotsky, and that's continuing right now on the Michael Coren show.
Right. And Spartacus, of course, was Marx's hero. Karl Marx's hero was Spartacus, the leader of the slave revolt. But you do know that when the slaves did rebel against Roman power, understandable, you know that Spartacus led a campaign to himself crucify his enemies. They crucified as many people as the Romans did. Did you know that?
You know...
Why is it the left always do this? Robespierre, cutting the heads off innocent people, Lenin, mass murder. So all those who say we want to change everything and make it nicer end up to be worse than the people they replace, comrade.
I am not aware that Spartacus crucified people.
Then you need to read some history, don't you?
Is history written by who? History written by the victors?
Historians.
History written by the victims of those who write history.
Joking aside, Harry. Now,
joking?
I'm serious. The occupation has... there's a resurrection, if you'll forgive the Easter reference, a resurrection of the occupation. So lots of over-wealthy white kids are now going to go downtown and occupy something. Will you be with them?
Oh, I'll tell you what. First of all, you're right. There's a resurrection of the occupation movement. And this time it's got working class support. Not just students and not just young people. You know, 30,000 transit workers voted to back the Occupy movement in New York City and in Spain and everywhere else. The working class was there as well. And now they're occupying the factories that are being emptied by big capitalist outfits retreating to low-wage areas. We should not only occupy the squares, occupy Wall Street, we should occupy the factories, we should challenge the capitalist recession, which is paying off the banks for the billions of dollars that they've stolen from workers.
With you there, should we occupy Little Mosque on the Prairie?
we should occupy, to start with, what we need to occupy is Michael Coren's television program.
Okay, here I am.
And
you're occupying it. Now, why didn't you run for the NDP leadership? I think you would have had a very good chance.
I support Peggy Nash.
She did well.
She got the Labour vote. But
really? The Labour vote?
A lot of
that was about 2,000 people in the entire party, and her microphone wouldn't work either.
She got 12 or 13,000 votes. Yeah. Not enough, but the Labour movement knows that the NDP is being stolen away from it, and it could destroy it by people who look at electoral opportunism as the main guide for what they say politically.
Last minute or so, a couple of questions.
Yes.
Just answer them very quickly if you could.
Yes, of course.
Nationalising the banks.
Nationalising the banks, for sure.
Yeah.
Let them fail. They're the ones who stole the money.
Okay. Selective import controls, making sure that working class people have their jobs maintained and guaranteed.
People should have the right to work as a fundamental social right. Every human being should be able to earn a living.
Okay. Men wearing women's underwear.
Society should not tell men or women what clothes they wear and what they should look like.
Evidently not.
What you're referring to? Your pink, is that telling us something?
Yes, I'm very secure in my sexuality.
Well, congratulations.
Are you a homophobe?
Far from it. I had the first gay rights case in Canada, the John Damien case.
Really?
I was at the Supreme Court.
I bet you're very big in the gay community. I bet you're very popular.
If I am, I thank the gay community for supporting the struggle for equal rights for gays and my legal battles to establish that as a fundamental principle. I was instrumental in getting the Ontario Human Rights Code changed to include homosexuality as a prohibited ground of discrimination.
You certainly were an instrument used by the gay community, which is wonderful. On that bombshell that Harry Kopyto said it should be compulsory for men to wear women's underwear, we'll be back in a few moments.